Jin was recently on Wendy's radio show, and there is a lot of conversation about this. We have celebrities talking about Jin, and then we have a news article actually breaking down the love life that he allegedly has. Say Dumplings is Dave Desai. Let's get into it. People were very surprised over what Tom Cruise recently had to say about Jin. So if you're unaware, he actually was promoting his Mission Impossible movie during the Cannes Film Festival, I believe. And then during the red carpet, it was rumored at that time that Jin and Tom were going to be working together. And the episode was not out yet. What's something interesting that a lot of reporters do is that they won't even phrase it as a rumor. Because if they phrase it as a rumor, sometimes the actors might be like, oh wait, can I talk about it? But if they say it as if it's already out, the actors sometimes assume that maybe the press and the PR team had already released it officially, and then he just wasn't aware. And actors don't typically like to look stupid in an interview, so they kind of just go with it. That's kind of the trick on how to get them to admit something. It's not great, but sometimes journalists do this and they're able to get an actual answer. So I believe around this time, it was not confirmed officially that Tom and Jin were working together, but after he answered that interview, it was officially confirmed, right? He said that Jin was really talented, but instead of saying specifically just him, he said they, which people interpreted to mean either the entire BTS group or K-pop as a whole. I assume that he was likely talking about BTS as a group, and that was really nice to hear. He mentioned that they are really talented and there's a lot of talent there, which of course would apply to any K-pop group, right? Now, what was actually really interesting is that Jin addressed this topic during an interview recently. He was on the radio show for Wendy's talk show on SBS, and he actually talked about how Tom and his team was the one that reached out to Jin's team to be on Run BTS. This was a little surprising to a lot of people, as a lot of people assumed it was Jin's team who was looking for that. And I don't remember what I specifically said in a previous video, but I had a feeling or an inkling that it was obviously Tom's team who reached out. Now, who from the team reached out, that is something that I don't entirely know, right? Like, was it Tom who took the initiative to say, hey, I've been following BTS for a really long time, I like their show, I want to be on it? Or was it the team of Mission Impossible movie studio looking for an opportunity that would make sense to promote the movie? So if you're looking at variety shows, but also looking at international variety shows, and you're just doing a quick Google search, you can come to Run Jin, you can arrive at that show and then realize, oh wait, this is perfect for Tom. So I think when BTS comes back with Run BTS, I think we are actually going to see a lot more celebrity collaborations, either from BTS's team reaching out, because they know that they can now put Tom in a pitch to say, hey, come to our show. His ratings went up when he came on the show. It sold the movie. So we'd love to have your celebrity come on the show, or we will start to see Western celebrities reaching out to the show. And you might be thinking, well, the show has been going on for such a long time. Why would they reach out now if they hadn't necessarily been reaching out before? The difference is when BTS got more established in the US, they were not really doing the show anymore. And when the individual members like JK and some of the other members who were promoting predominantly in the US, the show was not happening. So when it starts to pick up again, I really do believe that the new audience will see them and is going to be aware of them. And we're going to start to see a lot more conversations and dating and that sort of stuff, which is going to be pretty interesting too. There was a news article that came out recently breaking down Jin's romantic life, or maybe lack of a romantic life. And the timing of this is interesting because Jin had been rumored to be dating Wendy for a really long time, and especially when they did a song together. That rumor catapulted to an even greater length, and we're going to get to those specific rumors and that sort of stuff a little bit later. But as I mentioned earlier, Jin was on Wendy's show, so now the rumors have gone even further, as a lot of people are now thinking, wait, he's on a talk show now with her as a host and he's done a song with her? That seems a little suspicious. That seems romantic. And these are what people are saying. It's not what I believe. I don't think it's true at all. I think those are just purely speculation. And Wendy is becoming more and more successful every day. She's getting new opportunities and new things to do. So of course, there's going to be an overlap. I would be surprised if we weren't seeing more of these celebrities overlapping with each other. That means those celebrities aren't growing, right? And so I mentioned this because the rumors are at an all-time high. And then this article came out talking about Jin's love life without mentioning Wendy at all, really. It talked about how the community has been speculating for a long time whether he's in a relationship or not, and that there's no direct ties to any public person that he might be in a relationship with. And then it goes on to talk about how difficult dating in the K-pop space can be and how he likely keeps it under wraps if he was in a relationship with somebody. But the article basically concluded that Jin was likely single now. I think this is likely true. However, I do think that we are going to start to see him potentially show more interest in finding a romantic partner. I think there was a thing that he mentioned not too long ago where he was saying how his parents were hoping that he would get into a relationship soon and that they were waiting to see him fall in love and have grandkids. And I do believe that this can happen, but it likely will have to happen at the end of his career. So if he decides in a year or two he no longer wants to do this anymore and he wants to settle down and have a family and wife or whoever, then that is up to him to do, and that he might choose to leave his career to do that. However, it would be really tough for him to continue his career while being in a relationship with somebody, as I would imagine that that person could potentially become a target. So then a lot of people who might be seeing Jin on TV or whatever might attempt to attack the wife or the girlfriend to try to stop BTS from being on tour. I mean, we've seen bomb threats that are called during concerts by haters. So someone threatening the wife would not be something that I'd be surprised about. But as I alluded to a little bit earlier, there have been a lot of Wendy and Jin dating rumors circulating right now. It was interesting because a while ago when they performed their duet on stage, a lot of people felt like they were trying to not allow the dating rumors to happen, and so they essentially socially distanced themselves on stage. And to me personally, I don't really understand how that would stop a rumor, because they're still being seen on the same stage together. I mean, when a singer is seen in the same room at a concert venue as another celebrity, they're seen to be dating each other. So being on stage together is definitely still going to push those rumors. Plus, fans are very aware that the two can meet each other backstage. It's not like they're going to be socially distancing themselves the entire night. However, I don't really remember this being a huge rumor. So clearly it worked. And a lot of people didn't believe that they were anything more than just two people working on a song professionally together. However, a lot of people found it to be comical because they were really far on stage from each other. Like, a lot of people photoshopped the members of both groups to fit in between literally both the Jin and Wendy, because they were so far from each other that you can fit that many people and even fit a few more people, it seems. Now, when it was rumored that Jin and Wendy were going to be doing the radio show together recently, it became an even bigger joke, as a lot of people were showing how far they believe both of them are going to be during the radio show. So one image that they used was a really big desk that they have used during presidential or government meetings, I'm not sure, and it was like 20 feet long. And they believed that that desk was going to be used during the radio show, like a desk like that. And they thought that it was absolutely hilarious, as people were really believing that the two were going to make it well known that they were not dating or in any sort of relationship. But of course, the staff or a lot of the other people made it known that this time they were not far from each other, but that they were on the same desk together and they were in the same room together, breathing the same air, and they were close enough, but not too close. It was funny because both of them addressed the meme or joke, and even other people being like, wait, they've seen these jokes, that's hilarious. They talked about the fact that when they were both on stage, it did not feel like they were that far apart. And to them, it felt like they were a lot closer than they actually were. And that, of course, to me at least, tells me that maybe the dating rumors weren't exactly anything that was in their mind, but they were just keeping distance because it felt natural to keep that distance, right? They did not want to be right up against each other. And to them, maybe they felt like they were only like 3 feet apart from each other, but it ended up looking like from the camera that it was 30 feet. However, I do believe their relationship has been leaked, exposed, or whatever you want to call it, and their relationship with each other is just that they're friends. There was nothing romantic, and they just work together professionally. And if they do hang out, it's to catch up and see what they've been doing. I mean, guys are allowed to have girls as friends, and girls are allowed to have guys as friends without it being romantic or even ever developing into anything romantic. It's a very old way of thinking to assume that every guy and every girl is going to automatically be in a relationship together if they're friends. And we don't even know the orientation of any of these two people, right? So they could not even like that gender. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thank you to this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.